And that's where I messed up. I forgot to hit the go live button. Let's go, people. Are we live on IG? I think so. Checking my phone to see if I'm actually lit. Let me know where you at, YouTube or IG. Tell a brother where you at. Let the music play, see who gets in the room. I see Philly OG join. Who else we got in there? Kevin, what's going on? Kevin COX in the building. All right, see 3 people here. It's kind of hard for me to tell. Sammy, what's going on, man? I see you over there. Who else we got in the building? Facebook user. I don't know who you are until I pull up some of these other apps and stuff so I can see who's talking, who's who. It's kind of hard to tell. I try to keep up with it. This is all testing. Dr. Jolly, what's going on? Miguel's on IG. You got the key. Miguel, they still mad with us, man. Hey, we can't help it, bro. Jody is in the house. Okay, I see Jody there. Okay, on YouTube. I see the people on YouTube. Tony's over there on YouTube. Karate Chop, what's going on, Tone? All right, I see you, Richard. Sarkisian, I see you, bro. Real name, okay. My real name is made up. Sean, hello. What's going on? Sean, I'm gonna drop this music so we can kind of hear. All right, so a little background music. I gotta watch what I play because Facebook will kick me off. IG is okay. YouTube is okay. But Facebook will kick me off. So, Sean, let's get down to this first of all. So everybody else who's watching on different platforms, y'all forgive me. It's kind of hard trying to keep up with the different platforms. Let me put on some little talk music in the background. What is my talk music stuff? There we go. I'll drop this down. So, first things first, I want to address this since I'm on here. Those people that's watching on IG, you can check it out on YouTube and actually can hit the button and zoom in so you can see this on your phone if you're watching. Now, so for my man Sean that's in the Ecamm community, I saw you put up something about you got gas. I see you, brother. It's hard, man. It's hard. My favorite preacher streamer, whoever that is, thank you. I appreciate you. I hear what you're saying. You said it's hard. With gas. Those people who don't know, gas is simply these words. It's called gear acquisition syndrome. You see that right there? Let me bring it up on your screen so you can see it in case it gets lost. It's sitting right over my face. Gear acquisition syndrome is the fact that you start buying gear and you can't help it. And so before you know it, you are going broke just buying gear just because. So DJ Rob, what's going on, bro? So here's the thing I want to say. Be very careful this holiday season with gas. I am a fair opportunist. I'm an inspirational speaker. All right. Pastor is one thing, but inspirational speaker. Here's what I'm going to say about inspiration. You got to do what actually inspires you. Okay. Let me say that real quick. This goes for all platforms that I'm on right now. It should be on 3. The thing is, do what inspires you, right? Because if you really think about what inspires you, you'll actually be careful with your budget. Meaning that inspiration is more so from within. And so when you start getting into that gear acquisition syndrome place, you'll start to think a little bit better on, do I need this or do I want it? Because if I'm inspired by it, I really want to do something with it. So that's what helps you to look around and say, okay, wait a minute. What do I need to do and get done? And most of the time you have it. So here's what you got, Sean. I saw what you did without an ATEM and wanted to try it out, even though I have the original ATEM. All right, I'm going to let that music fade and I'm going to let it stop. Check this out, bro. Let me drop this on you. Ecamm, and for those people watching on Instagram, Ecamm is so hot because now with the software updates coming and definitely in beta, you literally have an ATEM switcher on your board. So literally, like right now, it's probably too small to see on your phone. But if you popped it in on YouTube and you're looking, I'm just going to tell you demo mode right here. It's very small down here at the bottom, but I'm just going to embiggen it. Okay. I'm make it big. This is the camera switcher right here, which means literally you kind of get an ATEM mini like right in one machine. But here's what I know. Your problem is not necessarily the hack. Your problem is that you're getting the freezes. Well, one thing I can tell you is if you got the A7 III, I think that's what you told me. If you got that A7 III, that's right, negotiating that column in here. So I need to sell some stuff, right? Okay. So check this out. If you have the A7 III, this right here is a photography camera. This is an A7 IV, right? Meaning I am not hooking this thing up the stream, nothing. All right. This is where gear acquisition syndrome works real good. What you really want to do is you want to take that money and invest it. And listen, this is the Keith Pelzer word, okay? Everybody don't have to do this. It works for me. All of this switching stuff that I sit here and do, these are cheaper cameras, okay? They're cheaper cameras because in order to do all of that, if you have the gear acquisition syndrome thing and you like just stuff, don't spend a lot of money on stuff to do stuff when you got a software that allows you to do a lot of stuff and you don't have to spend A7 III money on 4 or 5 different cameras. Now, if you bought those cameras for photography, which I believe that you did, because who the hell needs a full frame camera for streaming unless you just got extra cameras around like that? I put a full frame in front of me right here and I took it off. So in front of me right here, this right here is not a full frame. This is a ZV-E10. That's all we need, okay? Now, the camera I just went on to show you, that is a A5100. I think Patrick mentioned something in the comment section earlier, and Patrick is like, listen, check this out. I need to know if somebody's offloading. Right now, I'm going to tell y'all, if somebody said they were offloading the A5100, I'm dead on it. Okay, I'm not giving you more than 300 for it, but I'm dead on it. You know why? Because any other setup that I want to do, all I got to do is just take a cam link, slap it on there, throw a kit lens on there. You want to see a kit lens? Here is a kit lens. That's a kit lens right there. Beautiful, right? It's a kit lens. Enough said. You want to see another kit lens? That's a kit lens right there. Enough said. Want to see another kit lens? That's a kit lens right there. Now, you want to see an upgraded lens? This is an upgraded lens, but whoop-de-doo, okay? 30 millimeter over here. It's good. You know what I'm saying? But you don't look at these other cameras and say, hey, this is, that's a better lens, or it's off of an A7 III, A7 IV. About the same picture, bro. It's all about your lights, cameras, and Ecamm. So I just say cameras. No, it's about your lights and Ecamm, your lenses more so. All right. So it's really getting that set up. So, Sean, hopefully we kind of nailed it. Okay. But here's the thing. Somebody just mentioned something, and I want to be I like to massage the point that a lot of people lean on and miss. So the reason why I like the ZV-E10, anybody in the Ecamm community, the reason why I like the ZV-E10 is because I can actually see around the side. And the way I have my setup here, I didn't want the screen flipping up top here to try to look over it when I have a teleprompter right here. Now, on the other hand, once this is set, you kind of got to look around it to see it. And the ZV-E10 works, but it all depends on where you're placing the camera. So over here on these teleprompters, the last thing I want to do is have the screen flipped out to the side. So I have to look all the way around this big old TMP. It's easier for me to look right over top and see where the camera's like focusing and make sure I'm dialed in correct, rather than trying to look around on the side where I can't really see. Those are the reasons why the cameras will differ. But like to say one is technically better than the other and you're leaving it on the stand for streaming, nah. Now, for multi-users, anybody that you kind of like, I'm just getting started and I'm doing photography and I'm doing streaming, that's where these other cameras come into play. However, if you're trying to do the multicam setup, it's going to be a problem. And here's the bad news. I cannot, for the life of me, give you something solid, Sean, or anybody else on how it works. Now, the pros and the cons. Ecamm is the bomb. Ken and Glenn just keep this thing rolling, and they up the game. As they up the game, something changes, and there's so many moving parts there. So you got Loop Deck, you got Stream Deck, you got India Delgado showed me something else. It's another company jumping in. All this stuff that you plug up to the thing, and then Ecamm works with all of this stuff. It works with the Ecamm, it works with the Sony, it works with this, it works with that, it works with that, blah, 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 blah. And all this stuff it works with. The only thing is, sometimes the simple things get put out of whack. So at one point in time, I only had 3 cameras, and every time I cut the computer on, they were in the same place, and they recognized the same cam links. Then I got gas. Start add more, and then you try to say, how many cameras can we throw on there? Well, as many ports as you have. So then you get a hub. When you get the hub, you start to discover maybe it's a hub problem. Then you realize it's the freaking computer. So then you upgrade the computer, and someone put a long post, and it was on point, and they said what I've been trying to say. Here's the crazy thing. It doesn't matter that you got the dopest, fastest computer today. You're going to have to get another one if you want to keep up and do all this extraordinary, crazy other stuff at the same time, okay? It just is what it is. This is the problem with gas. Once you put your foot on the gas, you are running, and it's almost like an electric car that never runs out of energy. It just keeps going, and you'll never stop. So you got to ask yourself, are you the type of person that's going to keep up with it? Backtrack for a little bit. What's the simplicity of the reason why you want to stream? Because then you don't frustrate yourself with all these upgrades and different stuff, and you'll have your money so that you can pay for Ecamm and enjoy all of the extra stuff that it has. Sean, I see what you're saying. You going through it right now. It's going to happen, okay? It's going to happen. But to give you what wait a minute. I like how you're streaming in 16:9 with the 9:16 frame. Yeah, it actually looks good on the phone. It's small, but it looks good on the phone. So yeah, I'm rocking with it. Thanks a lot, Joel. So Sean, you're going to have to keep playing catch up, and it never stops. Okay, I just got a Studio Mac. I thought I wasn't going to need it, and a bunch of people were like, "Oh, I'm using the M1." I was using the M1 too, but the M1 16 is sitting over there because doing certain things like Final Cut and X, Y, and Z, I just know that the studio happens to be faster. But I'm maxed out at adding on stuff, so I think I'm gonna be good for a while because I just have a camera where I need it, and that's it. So word to the wise, and this is a key pearls of help for everybody. What light just went out? Somebody just went out. I don't even know. Okay, here's word to the wise. Only get as many cameras as you need. Not enough to play with, not enough to jump and say, oh, I got 4 cameras. If you're not using 4 cameras in your stream, stop doing it. Okay, it's only going to frustrate you. Trust me, I know. But for the Ecamm users, I'm speaking to the Ecamm community right now. For those people in Ecamm, the great news is that they literally built in an Ecamm Mini, which is kind of like a hack, but it's there. You don't have to make a separate screen for it, whatever. I'm using it now. I like the ABCD EFG camera. Yeah, I'm up to G. Okay, I'm stopping there. I'm not doing anymore. And that's just my word on camera. So, Sean, I hope that helps. But as far as the 2 cameras that I think that you mentioned, you shouldn't have much of a problem. And depending on your computer, only thing I can tell you is make sure that I would plug the cameras directly into the computer if you can. If you have to get a hub, I would suggest a power hub. I don't use a power hub, and the 4 cameras are running off of non-powered hubs. It works for me. However, it doesn't work the same for everybody. So I don't know what to tell you. But maybe use that Ecamm Mini. It keeps it simplified depending on how you switching cameras. So it's very easy to go camera crazy. Absolutely, David. You can go camera crazy, gear crazy. I'm fighting now because I'm into photography, and that new Sony camera is looking real good. Now, I ran to a friend the other day and said, oh, Life Full Circle. Thank you, radio. The 916 looks good on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. People, please give me feedback on this. This is really just simply a test because I'm getting myself ready for the new year and my lives in podcasting. So I'm just trying to get this stuff tight. Okay. Um, so I ran into a friend the other day, and as we were talking, he says to me, he said, "Oh man, you doing good with your cameras and stuff." And I said, "Yeah, I'm looking at the newer camera." And so he says, "Hey, you actually don't need the new camera." Now, this is where everybody gets into the Miguel. Okay, I see that's you over there. The thing that everybody gets into that's a problem is want and need. Okay, so when you think you need gear, ask yourself, do you want it or do you need it? If you say you need it, you plan to make money with it. If you say you want it, right, then that means that you're just offloading money to get something that you just want. But what are you going to do with it? The way you start jacking up with money is you chase trying to get it to do something that you never understood why you got it in the first place. And if you got it just because somebody else had it, that sucks. If you get extra color lights because somebody else got color lights and you don't feel good in your own room with your lights, it stinks. So guard yourself from doing it. Thanks for the insight. Much appreciated. Yeah, listen, Sean, sometimes you got to just sit there with this stuff and do it. Now, one thing, let's troubleshoot this. You say you have a TS4 and an element hub. So I have an element hub, but I stuck with the TS3. Okay, so the Cal digit, I'm assuming you have the Cal digit T, I think it's a 4. I'm still on the 3. I have a 3 on both computers, and I have an element hub on one. Okay, I stuck with that because it's solid. It wasn't technically outdated, but guess the new T4 comes out. I don't know much about it, and so I didn't need to go. The day when my camera stopped working, that's a problem. The freeze happens, and you sit around and you plug until you get that groove and it's working. Make sure everything is updated. All softwares that, mumble jumble with each other, make sure they're all updated. You got to know when to switch, okay? When to update Apple and when not to update Apple. And then you should be all right. So as far as with the Ecamm community, Sean, I was just trying to help you out in there, but I see you over here on the YouTube side. Appreciate you, bro. Somebody else said, "What's good, bro? I don't know who you are, so identify yourself if you can." David, he says, "With great lighting and Ecamm camera adjustment features, even my Logitech Brio looks great. Thank you, sir. 1 Elgato key light and 2 Elgato key light airs." That's what I'm talking about. JP, what's good over there, man? I see you. Listen, look at what David's saying here. And I want to help people out that are like, you want to start streaming. Everybody's talking podcasts and stuff now. And one of these things, so look, I'm going to go with the theme of what I have on. I'm giving up the tape, okay? I like to do this because this is just how I rock. I'm going to give up the tape. The tape of it is if you sit down and you master, right? Kind of like master for your space. The reason why I'm saying master is you want to master your space. So the same way you get dressed in the mirror, that's where you teeter around with the camera and stuff. But this is what Keith Pelzer does, and I'm gonna bless y'all with this. It's my sneaker preach. The idea here is you don't look at somebody else's stream and try to dress your stream like their stream. You want to be very careful about that. Here's my preaching point. You ever go somewhere and you got dressed up and you kind of know, okay, even if I don't look exactly like I want to, I look good. You go out, you see somebody else, and this is not a whole gender thing, so nobody get offended. I'm just making a point, whatever your preference is. You look at somebody else and you say, "Dang, they look good." Or, "Dude, man, I like he wearing that suit," or "She looked great." Women, "Oh, look at her." Well, you look at that, but you're inspired. Now, you may go and get the same boots, but all your accessorizing has to still be you. You may go and get the same coat as the other brother. You might go get the same sneakers as the other brother, but you got to look at you, and you can never look like them because you're not them. And so this is where accessorizing helps. So in other words, if you don't normally wear cowboy boots, It don't matter how good the country singer looks in cowboy boots. You don't go buy cowboy boots to present yourself to a country platform thinking now all of a sudden I look great because I put the same cowboy boots on as him. No, find out what you do, how you like to look. So if you like plain white background or all black or dark or super bright, accessorize in what you do and don't get scared away by what everybody else is doing. Okay? Just yes, it is, JP. It is live on IG. So if you go to IG under my name, you should be able to find it on there. Okay? Joel, I'm glad you feel me, bro. So that's the thing. Game recognizes game. And I was at an event last week, and shout out to PJ Owen. I was at an event last week, and there's a bunch of photographers in there, and we all respected what the other person was doing. There were Canon shooters and Sony shooters, and we all appreciated it. And the Sony people said, oh, okay, I see what you shooting with or whatever. Now, they may be inspired to get the same camera, but your pictures are not going to be mine. Because once we go to Lightroom, Photoshop, whatever, it changes the game. I'm going to be me and you're going to be you. I may use Godox, you may use official Sony flashes. And that's the thing about uniqueness. So my main key, giving up the tape, is called inspiration, right? Inspiration. We do what we do and we do our best at it and we inspire others. You know, you get an idea. The store, IKEA, is to give you an idea. You don't go home and build your room exactly like the IKEA setup. You got what I'm saying? The mannequins that you see something on, you are not the same size as the mannequin. Bottom line, they pin the stuff in the back, so you're never going to look the same. So this shirt on a mannequin is going to fit. I'll make y'all laugh. It's going to fit tight like this. You know, it's going to be all, hugged up, whatever, because on the mannequin, it's all grabbed around here. But when you wear it, it's going to have a little space in it. And that's because you are not the mannequin. Okay? So this is the thing about content creation. This is the thing about inspiration. Uniqueness at its best. Once you start copying or once you start chasing, right, you lose your uniqueness. What is different about you? Figure it out. Okay? What is different? Figure it out. Any questions in here? Please go ahead and ask away. I am just winging this because I am testing on platforms. So if you wish, if you're on YouTube, go to IG and you can check out my live right now if you want to ask any questions. So let me see who's on here on IG. I've only ever gone live on YouTube. Cool that you're doing it here. Listen, so this is Tatiana Teaches. All right, Tatiana, what is going on? Thanks for joining on this live. Jamar Jones is in the house. My man from that Alabama state, okay? He's over there. Who else is over here on IG? I'm just shouting y'all out. Justin Brown, what is going on? Killing the game. Tyree Miller, greatest singer over here on these Philly streets. I wish I could sing that good. Breeze on bass. I see you over there. Miguel, shout out to Miguel, who's able to go live on IG as well. Can we talk about that uniqueness right there? Can we talk about just by Gabriel, what's going on? Can we just said I love this, Doc. Can we just talk about how favor actually hits you? Shout out to my man Doc Rock, who kind of explained it. Diana Gladney, who explained this stuff. And I woke up, and so look, I'm just shooting favor out to somebody. I don't have the authority to do it, but I just pray that there's favor that happens with you. And here's my struggle. Can I be transparent with y'all? Here was one of my struggles. My struggle was simply something like this. I happened to see a friend of mine. I don't know if she's watching or she's out there, but she's out in those Vegas streets near my man DJ Rob. And she Rocky is her name. She goes by the name Rocky. Rocky was live on IG, but she made a post and just said, hey, I'm hitting IG streaming with the Ecamm platform software. That's where you can do all of this super fancy stuff. Now, people, before you run and jump to do this on IG, you won't be able to do it unless you check your IG on the desktop. Now, since Jody's here, I gotta Sneaker preach. My man, my man Miguel understands what I'm saying. I've been asking people, please open your browser and see, do you have the click to be able to hit live on your IG on your desktop? If you do, you better start running around the room and get Ecamm right now if you have a Mac. So to everybody who's watching, if you're on IG right now, you have Ecamm. Jamar Jones, open that laptop up and see, and find out when you go to IG, do you have IG Live Producer? If you have it in that bottom left and you hit the button, if I can say it the way Dot Rock said it, if you hit the button on create and it says live video, I heard if it says drag and drop, you don't have it. So this is kind of like a lottery and this is favor. So this is the Keith Pelzer transparent moment. When it's going from IG, it's gone. You have to go to my YouTube to see that I said this. I am going to milk this because I was in a creative drought to some extent, because I was, for good reason, because work picked up. I'm doing photography, right? So I'm running around with the camera and and I'm running around with the camera, and then photography picks up, and now I had stopped going live. So every time it was time to go live, I literally just lost my energy to go live. I lost my creativity to say something. So like today, please, and this is a plug for myself, go check out my reel talking about stooping. It's my sneaker preach. This is what I do. I was struggling because, preaching and pastoring is great, but I realized that inspiration really helps people. And so back to inspiration and inspiring, I end up looking up and I realize, how do we get on IG and be able to do this kind of stuff on IG? Because trust me, just jumping off from the phone is great, but to be able to do something like this is awesome. So tonight I got to go to bed because I got to, preside for a going home service tomorrow. But I got my stencils already set up and made. And if you go to my YouTube, you'll see what we did on IG last week on this same day, because I had to test this stuff. And so thank you, Tony. Don't lose that energy for going live. I want to get back in. It was in 2020, because of the pandemic, that the crisis pushed me to be the who I already am. And so once I started doing that live stuff, I was, basically doing the convos, and it was conversation because I was using the interview button to reach out to people that we couldn't reach because we were on lockdown. In that, I realized that conversation is so necessary. So the fact that conversation is necessary, I thought about it and said, okay, how do we converse with people? And that's when we found this software, Ecamm. And Ecamm was the blessing to be able to communicate with people on a platform where everybody can see. So the biggest problem was IG. IG, you can only do it from your phone, but in your phone, you can't do overlays. You can't switch the screen up. You can't do little cute stuff like this and move around. And so finally, I ended up seeing Rocky, and Rocky said in the beta, hey, we can go live on IG in the 916 format. And I'm like, wait, what the heck? And so I opened the browser and I happened to have it. Well, I thought everybody had it, but everybody doesn't have it. And the way I found out is when everybody came on and said, how the heck are you getting on IG using the Ecamm software? So it's favor people. I think I saw somebody in the comments section say, just got my IG access today. David, man, if you don't have Ecamm, the full version, and if you do not download beta and try this, I'm going to jack you up. Go for it, bro. Just go for it, because I had to reformat, and I like this space. And I like how it's coming up. Okay, it got a little crowded on there, so it probably mumble jumbled down there, so you couldn't see people that's on IG. Once again, I am on YouTube. Hit my YouTube page and subscribe to theconvos.live. So it's THE, the convos, right, with a K, .live. Okay, thank you. Shout out to Diana Gladney, who told me to put that together so it's easy to get to that page. Now, okay, so there's a couple people in here saying hello. I don't know if we met before, but hello, how are you doing? So I'm watching on IG. I'm waiting to get the live button once IG deems me ready. And I don't know how you qualify. That's why I call it favor. Are there any questions? I'll be glad to answer it. IG, I see it's a lot of people on IG looking, so I am facing over this way. I see the Franco Show. Franco Show. Hopefully, if you got a podcast or something I'd like to follow, if I'm not following, forgive me. I will follow you back. Miguel, you said Ecamm is amazing for introverted communicators. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It is for introverted communicators. So because I am still live in the Ecamm community, if anybody needs to bump me off of Facebook and Ecamm, let me know to my people that's over there. But I'm still live on IG and YouTube. Now, Sammy, I see you. Okay, Sammy joined over here. Anybody on IG, how's it look? How's it sounding? Just let me know. And for those of you who don't have Ecamm, I present to you the quality of Ecamm. And so in that quality, I will bang this song because I won't get put off from it. So just check out the quality. Here it is, just a little bit. I come back, get my sneaker preach, and I'm going to bed. But listen to that. Here is the quality of Ecamm. You cannot beat it. Once again, looks and sounds amazing. The Franco Show, thank you so much. Looks and sounds great to me on IG. Hopefully this knocks through your phone. This knocks through your system. Let it roll. If you don't have headphones on, put them on. Looks great. I can already see promoting this for the affiliate link. And when people see it, yes. Yes. Franco, I don't know if you're using Ecamm. I love it. I can't do anything without it, okay? Thank you, Joel. You said you are an inspiration. I'm trying to be that inspiration for everybody, okay? Rock out. This is original. You can't kick me off for this. What's going on? Tony, it's original, man. You know, I think they shut me down other times because I started playing a whole bunch of stuff and they said, get out of here. All right, let me give you my little sneaker breach. So, wait a minute. Let me get some other music. Okay, sorry. Where's my other track? All right. Talk music right here. Ladies and gentlemen. So my reel earlier that I had on, this is my sensitive moment. So Ecamm people, I'm sorry. If you have questions, drop them in the comment section. I'll answer them and I'll get out your way. I was inspired to just take and grab the phone. Now this is crazy. I didn't want to wait to do all of this and blah, 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 blah. What I did was, Keisha, what's going on? I didn't want to wait and get in front of the camera and do all of this. I literally had a perspective to give. And I'm going to drop on y'all how it came about. Jamar, if you're still listening, I think I said this to my brother Jamar Jones, a very big inspiration to me. And if you're watching in the car, if you're watching on your phone, if you're in the corner somewhere by yourself, I'm a church kid, but this is not church. This is just a brother just trying to help people and bless them. The world is so screwed up right now to the point where, and I seen some stuff in the post today, you know, where preachers, we get under scrutiny because we just do sometimes the wrong thing. And it doesn't make sense, okay? I'm not out here to pick on anybody and their sermon topics. I'll just leave it like that. And, you know, what they post, we're human, we all jack up. But I want to lean on the side of how we have the ministry of reconciliation. Now, what I mean by that is something simple. I was talking to a family member the other day, and they actually, you know, they were frustrated with somebody and they said, I'm not stooping to their level. Let me center this. And when they said I'm not stooping to their level, it triggers something in me that slowed me up. And I thought about it and I'm like, this is what's wrong with most of the world today. Everybody's in a space now where I'm not messing with this one. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. And here's just the suggestive woe be unto you. Don't let the year go out with the Ginsu godly ministry, if you will, lowercase g. The Ginsu godly ministry are those people that say, oh, 2022, I'm done with you, and 2023 is all about me. Okay, that sounds cute, but how long are we going to keep doing that? Because what we start to miss is the idea of when we say things like, greater is he who is in you than he that is in the world. The normality of the world is to cut, to sever, to harm. And then when tragedy strikes or big worldly events happen and everybody gets scared, we got to stick together. We got to love one another. And what I'm trying to help people with in their mindset as individuals is understand the power in you to love and reconcile. That's what makes you better. That's the glue that connects people when people are divided. Even in my Ecamm community, people get divided on, oh, check out, I got the new this and new that. And then there's somebody who's left out that never can get that new stuff, or they're so far from the stuff that everybody else is doing. And it's this big separation, but there's not this connection, right? Somebody's got to be the connector. Somebody's got to be adhesive. Somebody's got to be the glue. Glue means to stick. If you're always like everybody else, then we're all that felt side of the Velcro and nobody is sticking. There's no connection. Opposites, they do attract. But to make things better, there has to be a difference in you to make a difference in a place where everybody's doing the same thing. So here's what I snuck a preach with in the reel. I got an orange shirt on and I'm looking in the old kind of way. And that was, when we take the mentality of not stooping to somebody's level, that is a relevant and true statement. It makes sense. It's good training that you don't fight fire with fire. However, there are times that it's not that you fight fire with fire or you just dump water on fire. There are times when you have to, watch this word, reduce yourself for the reconciling. Now, take in what I'm about to tell you with reduce. Jamar Jones, you can correct me, or any theologians on here. It's a word, I'm going to play with it. It's kenosis. And this is where it's the idea of God emptying himself into a body, right? So when he empties himself into a body, Ecamm people, y'all can delete this later on because I know I'm going on a personal tangent. But he empties himself into a body, right? So in that emptying, that pour into is not a reduction of who you are. It's a reduction in size embodied into, but it doesn't lose the power. This is why somewhere in that New Testament that says we have this treasure in earthen vessels. In other words, there's something in us that's more powerful than the size that people see. So there are times that a stoop does not reduce your strength. It doesn't reduce your significance, but it is for the purpose of identifying and getting on the level to lift somebody up. Let that sink in for a minute. And so in all areas, I'm not trying to just be religious here, but in all areas, you can be great at what you do, but where is the reduction for reconciling? Not the reduction for destruction, but for reconciling, for lifting up. And that's just a simple point of that's where I'm going into this new year. I want to inspire people, okay? I don't need the 10 and 15, the $20, the $100 lines and stuff like. It's not about that. It's really inspiring others to be confident in who you are. But there's a mindset of togetherness that we need, that we literally have lost. And so the stoop reel that I posted today It was given a perspective to help people to understand your strength and your stoop. In other words, when you stoop down and you think about it, all my people that go to the gym and stuff, squats require strength to go downward and to come back up. Let that sink in. Even when you go to squat down, you're still holding weight that you have to have muscle control when you're going down. But then there it is. I see you. Philippians 2:7. And then to come back up, it takes strength. And so it's not just strength in one direction, but it's strength in both directions. And if you miss that, you're missing how, even if it's equipment, I'm going to cover all areas because I can do it. Even if it's, hey, Keith, your setup looks good. You may not have the cameras that I have, but I'm going to come to your level with the cameras that you have and say, how can we make this level here great? Where the levels are not about, think of a parking garage. The top floor ain't too much better than the other one. It's all made for parking. So whether you park on level 3, level 4, level 5, whether you're in a skyscraper, yeah, maybe the view up top is a little bit better. But at the end of the day, it's still a building. They all got bathrooms on the same floor. They all got a kitchen on each floor for the most part. And in most cases, there's a nice restaurant up top, but everybody has to use the kitchen that's on the lower level. So it's being in the building. It's being in the same space. But don't get stuck on levels to the point where you're not helping somebody. And so here it is. Christ came lower than angels, right? And it says at that point of lowering himself, emptying himself, and being the lowest, that was the highest of lifting in the stooping down. Don't miss that. There's somebody going into this new year that you have to look at. It's not about your separation, but it's about integration. It's not about severing, but it's about reconciling. And this is what's going to happen going forward. The people that are going to win are those who know that you have the power to connect. And when we start to use that, when we start to do that, things will get better. Churches have divided, families have divided, but to those who know the power and connection, that's where you start to begin to live your best life. I believe that. And I'm sorry I went on my tangent, but so once again, let me get back to this idea here. I'm actually live in a group that's not, we don't base it upon our political beliefs or religious beliefs, whatever. It is just a building community. And right now I am live in the Ecamm community. So plug for Ecamm. I'm able to jump on this platform like this to get these looks and get this kind of going with a program called Ecamm. It can be used even for Nick Townsend in your salon. I got to hook Jamez up and we're going to run Ecamm in Jamez's salon. And maybe Nick Townsend's going to probably want to do something in his salon where we can use Ecamm, use these switchers, and as the IG rollout comes in, where you will be able to jump on the platform with this kind of software. When that comes up, Nick Townsend can go live when he goes in to do those eyebrows, and that wonderful business of his, my brother Jamez Smith, can just display his hair cutting and hairdo designs by switching the cameras and showing different angles on what he's doing. I want to help set him up and get that done. And so somebody said I need it. PJ, since we here, PJ, I'm shouting you out, bro. The best. When I say it was the best experience this past weekend, and what I'm sneaking to preach on now, it literally was catapulted from me saying yes to my brother PJ. Hear what I'm saying? It was saying yes to my brother PJ. Here is a Keith Pelzer tag right here, and I'm gonna lean in on it. It is called Protect Your Yes. I learned to say no where I need to say no. And then I started saving my yeses. Wasn't being stingy with it, but it's saving. There's a difference between a person that knows how to manage their money, save their money, and there's a difference between somebody who's stingy. Stingy is kind of with complaint, too much scrutiny, but saving is confidently holding What you have, that is an investment. A yes is an investment. Because of the way PJ presented himself to me, because of his reputation that preceded him, as I got to know him better, after running into him at a concert sometime around last year, and he had this wonderful hat on, and everybody said, "Do you know who that is?" And I'm like, "I heard about him, but I never remember meeting him personally or formally." He invited me to be on his platform. It was outstanding, well put together, life-changing. There was a room full of people where there were no big I's and little U's. People were stooping all over that room. In other words, yes, I am a CEO. Yes, I have a business. Yes, I might be a millionaire. Yes, this. Yes, that. Yes, I'm a Grammy Award winning producer. But there was a lowering of self enough to see eye to eye. Whatever we had to do to level with one another for that place, and it didn't reduce anybody from the greatness that they were, but we connected. And that's what happened. And so from that, I'm inspired. And my whole thing is, I said yes because I was prepared. I give my yes to prepared people. And so in these platforms, you take the time to prepare yourself. And as you prepare yourself, you'll realize that people start to connect with prepared people. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So know your why, get your why together, be confident in it. And even though you don't know all of the answers, be confident in what you're doing, where you're going, and you'll know where to drop that yes. And when you drop that yes, look for the return on the investment of your yes. Doors have opened. I'm inspired to jump in as the Lord's willing for me to get into the next year. I'm excited for what's on the other side. My picture I just posted a little while back is me at a bridge. I pulled the car over. I saw that bridge. In that moment, I took the camera out because I was ready. I keep me a tripod in the trunk of my car. It's not an expensive one, so don't steal it. I keep me a tripod in the car, and I popped it out. I threw the camera on the stand, and I took my walk, let it snap, and I got it. I got the picture. And from that, I had a message. And that message is, you are the bridge for somebody. Who are you? Are you strong enough? Are you strong enough to reach across whatever the troubled water is for somebody else to let them pass over? That's the start of it. I'm good to go. All right. And so I got to get out of this Ecamm community because I'm in super preaching mode right now, and I don't want to get stuck in there. And I got to get up early in the morning. People, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the Convos, THE, the Convos. Here, I'll put it on the screen right here. I'm sorry, my Ecamm people, I don't have it on the trigger. No, that's Happy Sunday. That's the wrong thing. It is right here. I got to make this bigger so you can see it. I'm going to put it over top of my face. If you are watching on Instagram, hit this right here. Look at this. Don't hit it on your phone. But where you see this right here, type that in a browser, and it will come right up to my page. You'll see these two beautiful mics on that page. I made these myself, colored them myself, okay, and wrapped them. And what I want you to do is hit the subscribe button on the YouTube. If you have not seen me on YouTube, go check it out right now. You can go to it and you can say, I got it, okay? To all of you, JP, I see you on YouTube. Tony, I see you on YouTube. Joel, I see you on YouTube. Dave Harvey, YouTube. And to everybody on here, Facebook, it just says user. It says my fave gas influencer and one of the better content creators. Whoever you are, thank you for your kind words. I appreciate you. If you have any questions, y'all know how to catch me, all right? To the Ecamm community, it's I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I take a way to make it hard on people, okay? So let's just be clear with that. I'll give up the tape. You know why? Because when you're unique enough, you can give up the tape. This is an SM7B mic running through an Apollo. But I have my secret sauce, which is my plugins over there. Simple lights right here. I'm running this down for people. Simple 2-point lighting. I didn't even readjust them. I had my client in here earlier. Some little color lights on the side to kind of lift the room up. Okay, let's go over here. stay tuned because this desk behind me, this lovely desk, next week to my Ecamm community, I will be running a radio show and podcast for a client of mine, and they will have 4 people sitting at this table back here. Let me see if I have the 2. Daggone it. Sorry, people. Let me see. Let me get it on that camera over there. I did not set all this up to have it. Wrong camera. Let's see. Is that okay? So, table behind me that you see right there, it'll be 4 people there. This is all mic'd up for my podcast. Keith Pelzer will be having podcasts. I'm looking for PJ to come over. PJ is going to run through a couple more people in this Philly area when Jamar comes back in town. I need to see you over here because, and I'll just show you this real quick before we go off. This is all set up. Hang on. Testing 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2. There we go. I have to lift the volume on this. I didn't put it all the way up, but these mics are already set so that when I'm over here at the table or testing 1, 2, yeah, people are at the table, I will boost the gain over here. There can be everybody sitting here at the table talking, and we can be able to look forward at the screen, have a conversation. My stream deck over here, I have my extension running so I can talk back here and get this in. No, my room is not treated, and that's another reason why I said you don't have to be perfect with this, but you do what you got to do to get this stuff done. All right. All right. How many scenes are you running? I got 2 going, and that's it. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, y'all see it live. PJ Owens said, let me know when I'm there. If you're on IG and you're not following PJ Owens, do it. Everybody that's in the comment section, you know me, get to know each other. Just go ahead and be newsy. Check out their profile page and just hit the follow button. If it's private, they'll get back to you. And let's connect, people. All right. I'm out. I got to go. Let me put some music on here and see if they let me roll out with it. I like to play Paris's Stay, but I really think that Facebook's going to kick me off if I do it. Should I go for it anyway, people? I think I'm going to go for it. Where's the stay at? I'm going to find it and I'm going. So PJ, they probably going to kick me off, but I don't care. I really don't care. Paris Bowens. I play this because Paris, who's going on to be with the Lord, is my buddy. Tamika Patton is coming in town tomorrow. My wife and I will be hosting at City Winery. We will be at City Winery with Tamika Patton on tomorrow night. Matt Cappy is down there blowing that trumpet. He had his show tonight, and so I'm pretty sure it's over by now. But if you're out and about, you're in the city and you're going to City Winery, see Tamika Patton, look for Keith and Tina there, get a picture with us. I am going to have my A7. And so I love people. I love taking this thing and capturing great moments. If y'all notice, I was actually like stalling so I can get to this beat right here. And this is me on the way out. So if they shut me down, who cares? I love y'all. God bless y'all. Have a good night. Peace. Put your headphones on, turn them up. This is Paris Bowens. The song that says stay.
I want you to stay. Stay with me. I want you to stay. Stay, don't leave. I want you to walk. Walk with me. I want you to walk with me. Cause I've been searching for so long to find someone to share my heart with, Lord. And I have taken you for granted. You, my love, I want you to talk with me. Hey, I want you to talk, yeah, talk with me. Hey, I want you to stay with me.
hear you, Frank. Ladies and gentlemen, get them Jill Scott tickets. She is coming back out rolling. Words and sound. All right, peace out, people.